Okay, so have you ever heard about like that thing where they give someone a sugar pill
Uh-huh.
and they think it's real medicine and like
Yeah.
it actually works?
It's amazing.
Yeah,
That's the placebo effect.
that's what we're talking about today,
Yeah.
the placebo effect. We have a ton of research on this and it is really wild.
The thing is, the placebo effect, it's not just like positive thinking, you know?
Yeah.
It's about like real changes in your brain,
Right.
like actual physical changes that are driven by what you expect to happen.
Oh, so it's like our brains are
Yeah.
expecting something and then they just
Right.
make it happen.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like your brain's always trying to predict what's going to happen next.
Right.
And when you take a pill,
Yeah.
even if it's fake, your brain's like, medicine time, healing time.
Right. And it like
And it kicks off this whole process.
sends out all the signals and be like,
Exactly.
okay, we're getting healed now.
Yeah, and so it like triggers all these neurochemicals, these brain chemicals, like endorphins, you know, those are your body's natural painkillers.
I mean, yeah.
And dopamine, which is like the reward chemical, makes you feel good.
Oh, wow. So it's like we have a medicine cabinet
Yeah.
already built in.
Kind of, yeah. It's like this untapped potential.
That's so cool.
Yeah, the placebo effect is really tapping into your brain's power to change things.
Wow.
Like how you feel pain, your mood, even your immune system.
Oh, wow. So are you saying like if I just believe hard enough,
Well,
I could cure anything?
Hold on. It's not quite that simple.
Okay.
Belief is powerful, but it's not magic.
Right.
It works best for things that are influenced by how you perceive the world,
Okay.
like pain, fatigue, anxiety, those kinds of things.
It's like if I break my leg, I can't just be like, I'm healed.
Yeah, no, a sugar pill's not going to fix a broken bone,
Okay.
but it could help you manage the pain
Right.
while it heals.
That makes sense.
And it's not just about the pill itself. It's the whole ritual,
Yep.
you know,
Okay.
taking the medicine, talking to the doctor. The environment, all of that feeds into your expectations.
So it's like a whole experience.
It is, yeah. Think about it.
Yeah.
We've learned to associate pills with healing,
Uh-huh.
doctors with healing, you know, hospitals, those places.
Right.
So even if it's a placebo, our brains are ready to respond.
Like primed for it.
Exactly. And that response, it's not just in your head.
Right.
Studies have shown that placebos can change your brain activity, your hormones,
Wow.
even how your immune cells work.
So it's like a whole body thing?
It's a real physical phenomenon.
That's wild. And so like what's even crazier is that it can work even when you know it's fake.
Right. They call those open label placebos.
Okay.
And it just shows that even if you know it's a sugar pill, just the act of taking it
Yeah.
can trigger a response.
So it's like my brain's like, I know you're trying to trick me, but I'm going to go with it.
Exactly. It shows how much power our minds have over our bodies.
This is incredible. So does this mean
Yeah.
are sugar pills the future of medicine?
Now, hold on. Not quite. It's important to remember placebos are not a replacement for real medicine.
Right.
They won't cure serious diseases or
Okay.
fix underlying problems.
Gotcha. So it's more like it can help with existing treatments.
Exactly. The placebo effect shows how important the relationship between patient and doctor is.
Uh-huh.
Good communication.
Yeah.
A supportive environment. All of that can make a difference in how well you respond to treatment.
So it's like using the power of belief to help the medicine work better.
Precisely. And that brings up an interesting question. If our beliefs can have such a positive impact,
Oh.
could they also have a negative effect?
You're talking about the nocebo effect,
Exactly. The evil twin of the placebo.
the dark side.
Just as positive expectations can heal,
Yeah.
negative ones can make you sick, and that's what we'll be talking about next.
Ooh, spooky.
It's going to get interesting.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's dive in. Okay, so imagine like someone tells you you're going to take a pill, but it might make you nauseous.
Oh, I don't even like thinking about that. Makes me feel a little sick.
Haha, see, that's the nocebo effect right there.
Oh, well.
You haven't even taken the pill,
Right.
but you're already anticipating feeling bad.
Yeah, just thinking about nausea makes me feel nauseous.
And that expectation can trigger a physical response.
Whoa. So like my brain can make me sick.
It's not really about tricking you. It's more like your brain's getting ready for what it thinks is going to happen.
So it's like bracing for impact.
Exactly. When we expect something negative, our brains prepare for it, even if it's not real.
Oh, wow. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's like a built-in defense mechanism gone a little haywire.
So what's happening in my brain when I'm like anticipating feeling sick?
Well, your brain releases these stress hormones,
Uh-huh.
like cortisol, and that can mess with your body's balance.
Cortisol, that's the stress hormone, right?
Yep, it affects all sorts of things, your digestion, your immune system.
So basically my anxiety is making me physically ill.
In a way, yeah, it's a perfect example of how our mental state can directly affect our physical health.
But if it's all in my head, can't I just like think positive and make it go away?
I wish it were that easy.
Okay.
Positive thinking can definitely help, but the nocebo effect, it's tied to our survival instincts.
Oh, how so?
Well, our brains are wired to look out for danger,
Right.
to protect us from harm. So when we sense a threat,
Yeah.
whether it's real or imagined, our brains go into overdrive.
Oh, so it's like a false alarm.
Kind of, yeah. And that can trigger all sorts of physical symptoms, nausea, headaches, even pain and fatigue.
So it's not just like a little bit of nausea. It could be serious stuff.
Yeah, it can definitely have a real impact on your health.
Wow. Okay, so like if I'm always reading about all these scary health risks online,
Yeah.
am I making myself more susceptible to this nocebo effect?
It's possible we're bombarded with so much information these days.
Right.
It's easy to get caught up in the negativity.
So it's not just about what I think.
Huh.
It's also about what I'm reading and seeing.
Exactly. Our beliefs are shaped by our experiences, the information we consume.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why it's important to be mindful of what you're exposing yourself to.
So like I should probably stop doom scrolling.
Probably a good idea. Surround yourself with positive things.
Okay, so if my mind can make me sick, can it also help me heal, like, beyond the placebo effect?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's something we'll explore more as we go deeper into this mind-body connection.
Okay. But tell me there's hope.
Oh, there's definitely hope.
Okay, good.
The first step is understanding the nocebo effect.
Right.
By becoming aware of it, we can start to challenge those negative thoughts.
Okay, so I need to, like, recognize when those thoughts are popping up.
Exactly. And then you can start to replace them with more positive ones.
Easier said than done, right?
Well, there are techniques that can help, things like meditation, mindfulness,
Okay.
even cognitive behavioral therapy.
So basically, I need to train my brain to be more optimistic.
It's like building mental resilience.
Right.
By changing your mindset, you can create a more supportive environment for healing.
I like that. So it's not just about avoiding the negative.
Yeah.
It's about actively cultivating the positive.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your thoughts and your health.
That's empowering.
Mm.
Okay, so we've talked about the placebo and nocebo effects
Yeah.
and how our minds can influence our bodies.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we actually use all this knowledge to improve our well-being in everyday life?
That's what we'll get into next.
Okay, I'm ready for some actionable advice.
Let's dive in.
So we've talked about placebo, we've talked about nocebo. Like,
Yeah.
it's really clear that our minds are not just, you know,
Right.
along for the ride.
Yeah.
They're really in the driver's seat
Absolutely.
when it comes to our health.
Yeah.
But like, how do we actually use this information?
Yeah. That's the big question, right?
Yeah.
It's one thing to know about these effects,
Right.
but it's another to like actually apply them in our lives.
Right.
Like think of it like gravity. You know, we know gravity exists,
Yeah.
but we don't just jump off a cliff expecting to float,
Right. We use that knowledge to like,
right? We build bridges,
Right.
we make airplanes, things that work with gravity.
I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So how do we build bridges with the placebo effect?
Well, first of all, just being aware of it.
Okay.
That's huge. You're already a step ahead just knowing that these things exist.
So like if I know that I might experience some side effects from a new medication,
Yeah.
I can be like, hold on, is this real or is this nocebo?
Exactly. That awareness can help you sort of separate what's a genuine reaction
Okay.
from what might be amplified by your expectations.
That's really helpful.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the positive side? Like,
Right.
how do I actually use the placebo effect to my advantage?
Right.
Do I just like tell myself I'm cured and then poof, it happens?
Uh-huh. I wish it were that simple.
Right.
It's not about replacing real medicine.
Okay.
It's about creating the best possible conditions for healing.
So it's like setting myself up for success.
Exactly when you believe a treatment will work,
Uh-huh.
you're more likely to stick with it.
Okay.
Follow the doctor's instructions, really engage in your recovery.
So it's like that self-fulfilling prophecy, but in a good way.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
And don't underestimate the power of just having a positive mindset.
No.
When you focus on hope and healing,
Yeah?
you reduce stress and you allow your body to do what it does best, which is repair and recover.
So it's like shifting my focus from fear to like the possibility of getting better.
Exactly.
Okay, but what about when those negative thoughts creep in? Like,
Yeah.
how do I deal with the nocebo whispers?
That's where mindfulness comes in. It's
Yeah.
not about ignoring those thoughts. It's about noticing them without judgment.
Okay.
Like imagine them as clouds passing by.
Okay.
You see them, you acknowledge them,
Yeah.
but you don't let them take over.
So I'm not getting swept away in the storm.
Exactly. And there are all sorts of techniques that can help with this.
Yep.
Meditation, journaling, talking to a friend.
Right.
It's about finding what works for you to manage stress. and create a more positive inner world.
This is all so fascinating. It feels like we're just scratching the surface here
Yeah, there's so much more to explore.
when it comes to the power of belief.
Absolutely. Imagine a future where doctors are trained to use the placebo effect ethically,
Wow.
where communication is focused on hope and empowerment,
Yeah.
where patients feel like active participants in their healing.
That sounds amazing.
It's a future where we really embrace the mind-body connection.
It feels like we're on the verge of like a whole new era of medicine.
I think we are, and that's the message I want to leave you with today. Your belief is powerful. Don't underestimate it. Cultivate a positive mindset.
Okay.
Embrace those evidence-based treatments.
Yeah.
And remember, you're not just a passive recipient of care. You're an active participant in your own healing.
What a journey this has been. We've explored the depths of our minds.
It's been quite a deep dive.
It really has. We've seen the surprising power of belief
Absolutely.
and learned how to harness it for a healthier, happier life.
That's what it's all about.
It's clear that this mind-body connection is not just some mystical idea. It's a real force
It's a real force.
we can tap into to improve our well-being.
Exactly.
So go out there, be mindful of your thoughts.
Yes.
Embrace the power of belief.
You got it.
And remember, you are capable of amazing things.
Absolutely.